3-inch advantage against the former UFC lightweight champion, Frankie Edgar. All right, now for the official introductions, back inside the octagon of Bruce Buffer. Here, Rodriguez. Injustice 2, fight as your favorite DC heroes and villains in the ultimate super-powered showdown. Available Tuesday on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Rodriguez in green, Frankie Edgar's in black, lands the right hand early.
This is the most experienced guy Yair Rodriguez has been in there with. Still at the top of his game. This will test him. But every prospect has the fight where he has to prove himself a real contender. This is it for Yair.
Unquestionably. And because of their styles, it's what makes it so interesting. Because he has such a kicking-based style and Frankie has such a wrestling-based style. But Yair is getting those kicks off. And as you said when you talked about him training with Cain Velasquez, he just throws them. He doesn't worry about whether or not he's going to get taken down.
You see Frankie instantly put him on his back foot, though. Yair landed an elbow right in that little exchange. A back elbow as Frankie was starting to clinch him.
And so far, he's stuffing the takedown of Frankie Edgar.
Now Frankie's about to lock his hands here, though.
Rodriguez's wrestling coach, Tony Martin. Big part of the game plan tonight defensively to stuff these shots from Frankie.
Got to be careful of the guillotine. Got to be careful of the guillotine.
On that high crotch. Long as he doesn't fall in his guard. Okay. Now, you got to be very careful here if you're under Frankie Edgar, because you can get wiped out, as we saw in the Cub Swanson fight, where he just wiped him out by just dominating him over an extended period of time and eventually getting finished.
Yeah, he just smothers you. He's relentless with his ground and pound. But Yair Rodriguez is a mad scrambler when he's on the bottom. We'll see if he can get off some of those scrambles here with a pressure fighter like Frankie Edgar on top of him. Frankie stepping over that left leg of Yair Rodriguez, trying to at least, and Yair moves it back to full guard. Hammer fist from the bottom.
You see Yair from the bottom doing a really good job of trying to control Frankie's posture. That's why he's reaching up and grabbing his head. Because every time Frank gets posture, he's landing good ground and pound. There you go.
Oh, solid shot by Frankie Edgar.
He has to control his posture on the bottom. This is not the level of guy where you're just randomly, throwing up submissions. You got to control posture and try to get back to your feet if you are Yair Rodriguez.
Well, Yair had to have known he could have been in this position, so I want to see what kind of offensive guard he possesses and what he's going to do to mitigate the onslaught that Frankie Edgar puts on you when he gets on top of you.
Right, fewer, busier in top position than Frankie Edgar.
You got to be careful that right arm. Don't put that right arm down on the ground.
That is problem number one for most wrestlers. We place our hands on each side of our opponents, and sometimes that's how the guys throw up submissions.
And like you saw in the Chad Skelly-Jason Knight fight, if a guy has a good guard, that could be a real big problem.
He is getting beat up right now by Frankie Edgar.
Frankie all over him here.
And Joe, this doesn't stop.
Nope.
If Frankie Edgar can continue to put you in this position, this onslaught does not stop, John.
And he could do it for a week.
Well, and for 15 minutes, right? He's so used to going 25. Forget about it.
He's covering his mouth now, too. Covering his mouth and punching him. And by disrupting his breathing and covering his mouth, he also makes him try to remove that hand off the mouth. So his movement is predictable in that sense. And it also, it limits his defense.
And already in nearly 4 minutes, Yair Rodriguez experiencing more adversity in this fight than he has in his entire UFC career combined at this point.
And this is what we wanted to see. What we wanted to see is a real veteran, a super solid wrestler going after this young, wild kicker, and to see whether or not he could stop this and whether or not he could survive this. I mean, he's getting beat up here, but he's still in the game, and let's see whether or not he's able to recover, or whether Frankie's able to just keep putting it on him until he wilts.
And it changes everything, Joe, because now his offensive guard is not offensive anymore. It's stop getting beat up.
Yep.
It's no more, let me look for my offense. It's how do I stop him from beating me up?
Yeah, he's getting lit up here.
He is getting lit up. His face already has a big old cut on the side.
Yep. And he's getting trapped. He's got his head trapped up against the cage. And Frankie just has massive pressure on him. He's got him stacked up. And Yair's gone totally defensive now.
And there's a cut he's dealing with now.
Because he's getting beat up from the top.
Some swelling and a cut underneath that left eye. Frankie Edgar in his 22nd UFC fight. At his relentless best, a dominant first round against Yair Rodriguez. Wow, look at that eye. Around dealing with a cut instead of working on that swelling.
Well, the cut's most certainly important. I mean, both things are important, but man, that left eye is almost gone. He's not going to be able to see right hands, right high kicks.
And this won't stop from Frankie Edgar. This pace and this pressure will continue. And as a smart man in Frankie Edgar, he will try to get another takedown early in this round.
Yeah, and Yair is poised to spin. You keep seeing he's twitching and loading his hips. I mean, he's going to try to look for a big shot. So there it is. And Frankie's got to look for that. He's got to look for that. And there's a big takedown attempt. And he's got him up. Oh, takedown defense by Yair.
Yeah, but
beautiful.
But look at Frankie Edgar.
Look out for his leg. Look out for his leg. He's in trouble. Frankie's in trouble.
Yair's attacking knee bar.
Frankie's got to make sure that left leg stays laced over his right foot to defend that leg. If it doesn't, he's going to have to spin and scramble out of there. He's almost out. Almost out here. He's got the hands, controlling the hands. He's got to pull the hips back. And for Yair, got to get deeper on that leg.
Look at the patience of Frankie Edgar in this position.
Well, Yair, what he wants to do is get into a heel hook position here. He's rolling over. Now he's going to straighten out to a knee bar. This is good. This is good for Yair.
Yep.
This is very good. Frankie's got to pop his hips back. He's got to control those arms. Once he's got those arms controlled, he's got to pull that leg back. Or get to a position where he can punch Yair in his face.
He's trying to get his left knee up so he can start the crossface.
Oh, he just hit him with a nice elbow. He hit him with a nice elbow on that really damaged eye. Now he's punching him. Yair's going to let it go now. He's got to. Yeah.
Because now it has to go to defense.
Yeah, he's getting beat up now. And now Frankie's going to be on top of him. Yep, he's got head and arm control.
And Joe, that's the danger.
Full mounts.
Joe, that's the danger in rolling for the knee bar, you know? But what's good to see from Yair Rodriguez is knowing he's behind, going for something.
Yeah, he took a chance.
But now he finds himself in this position because of it.
So the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Frankie Edgar's submission defense holds up, and now he continues to pressure Rodriguez. Less than 3 minutes here to go, round 2.
Yeah, he handled that perfectly with great patience and positioning. But Yair Rodriguez still super dangerous off of his backs. But Frankie, relentless. He's going to step over that left leg.
It's that pressure, man. That pressure's intense.
Yep, it is.
Looks like that left eye is now completely shut for Yair Rodriguez.
Oh,
and he's smashing it too.
Yes, and he's hitting it on that spot. Right on it.
And it's so swollen and so damaged.
So thus far, a rude welcome to the top 3 for Rodriguez.
And Frankie's just targeting it.
If you're Yair Rodriguez, you have got to open that guard and start to get those feet on the hips or something to try to change his position, because this position's getting him beat up.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to win from strikes here from the bottom, the way he's doing this.
And you can't stall with Frankie Edgar, some of the best top control in the game, and stays as busy as anyone, loads up on that strike.
Yeah, these strikes in the bottom are flailing. They're very ineffective.
If you remember the Charles Wilson fight, it was the only time we saw Yair on his back for an extended period of time, but obviously Charles Wilson does not have the ground and top control of a Frankie Edgar and a ability to get the damage off that Frankie's getting on Yair Rodriguez right now.
That eye is horrific.
Just over a minute to go here. All Frankie Edgar thus far. Perhaps a 10-8 in round 1, and could be working on another here, DC, in round 2.
He's wiping him out. I mean, just like you said, Frankie has the ability to just wipe people out if they don't match up well against him. And he's doing it to Yair Rodriguez right now. Yair needs to open up the guard. He's got to find a way to change his position. Get up to his feet, do something. He is beating him up.
Yeah, I mean, this is like Cub Swanson too. Which is another fight where Frankie just got on top and just beat the snot out of his opponent. I mean, that's what he does. And he doesn't get tired doing it either. He's relentless and he drains you of your life. What's going on here? Yair throwing those legs up. I mean, constantly being active on the bottom.
Like John said, though, man, Frankie can do this all day. You know, this is a 15-minute fight.
He's got him stacked here. He's got to be careful as he has him stacked here, though. He doesn't get trapped into a triangle. Oh, he's gonna spin over. Full domination.
Yeah.
And Frankie, has to know that Yair is going back to his corner, severely damaged, and really can't see at all out of that left eye now.
It's a big moment. Does Yair say, "I can see"?
Well, they're gonna hold up.
Yes, I can see.
so they're still fighting it. They're still fighting Rodriguez.
Stopping the fight. Stopping the fight.
Yes, yes. They stopped the fight, but Yair Rodriguez saying, I can see when they get him out, it's a big deal for a young guy like that.
Yes, it is. It shows where his mind's at. But we got our questions answered tonight. Frankie Edgar is still one of the best.
He's real cocky, he's real cocky.
Hold on, something's happening here.
Stand up to him.
Something's happening here.
Mark Henry is livid because the referee called the fight. Edgar not happy either, obviously, visibly. Now it looks like they're chatting. Okay. All right, the fight is over. Frankie Edgar has...
Oh, yeah, we called it. Yeah, we called it, brother. No
There was some
problem.
confusion. Frankie thought the fight wasn't called. I don't think Yair is totally aware. And now they know.
Mark Henry ran over there.
So how about Frankie Edgar adding to his future Hall of Fame legacy?
Well, when you see two guys match up and you see two